Congressman Ron Pauls, you appear to have consistent, principled integrity. Americans don't usually go for that.
How are you going to stand out tonight?
Well, I guess just telling the truth like I did last time. We have allowed our nation to be overtaxed and overregulated and overrun by bureaucrats. The founders would be ashamed of us for what we're putting up with. Matter of fact, if you look at every single problem we're facing today, it's because of the lack of respect for the rule of law and the Constitution.
The right guy is the guy who's anti-government, anti-war, pro-personal liberty, pro-economic freedom. Vote for him, whatever party he is. And if you have to change parties to vote, that's like 5 clicks on the internet. It's not complicated. If you really want to have a choice between a real revolutionary candidate and someone out of a machine, well, this can happen.
Ron Paul brings together people of all races, all socioeconomic backgrounds, all political affiliations, because freedom is truth, and truth is power, and we can live and be free in this country. If we believe, we can.
If the goal of government is to be the policeman of the world, you lose liberty. And if the goal is to promote liberty, you can unify all segments. The freedom message brings us together. It doesn't divide us. I believe that when we overdo our military aggressiveness, what it does, it actually weakens our national defense. I mean, we stood up to the Soviets. They had 40,000 nuclear weapons. Now we're fretting day in and day night about third world countries that have no army, navy, or air force, and we're getting ready to go to war. We can achieve much more in peace than we can ever achieve in these needless, unconstitutional, undeclared wars. I would restore openness to government. I do not think in this country we should have secrecy of government. The purpose of government is to provide privacy for the people. I would never use executive privilege to deny information to the Congress.
Get off your couches, people. This is our country.
All I can tell you is there is something going on here. It looks like a prairie fire out here in flyover country. The pundits and the usual suspects are surprised about it, but it's going to continue to grow because people are tired of the governing classes of America.
That we just don't need more laws determining religious things or prayer in school. We should allow people at the local level. That's what the Constitution tells us. We don't need somebody in Washington telling us what we can do because we don't have perfect knowledge. We don't get our rights because we're gays or women or minorities. We get our rights from our Creator as individuals. So every individual should be treated the same way.
See the street, know your face. When you so bad, you cannot replace.
If America was a smarter country, wouldn't you be leading in the polls?
I would introduce this novel idea that we ought to follow the Constitution. There are still a few Americans that believe in it. A humble foreign policy, no nation building, don't police the world. The purpose of government is to protect the secrecy and the privacy of all individuals, not the secrecy of government. The freedom message brings us together. It doesn't divide us. The people in this country like a strong president. And I got to thinking, well, how can I run for an office like this and say, I want to be a weak president? But you know what? The answer to that is we should have a strong president. Strong enough to resist the temptation of taking power that a president shouldn't have. I don't want to run the world. I don't know how to run the world. The Constitution doesn't give me the authority to run the world. We ought to mind our own business.
I would like to welcome the best candidate for the next President of the United States of America, Ron Paul.
People are sick and tired of what they're getting, and they want some real changes. I don't want to run your life. I don't know how to run your life. I don't have the authority to run your life, and the Constitution doesn't permit me to run your life.
All of a sudden, the Ron Paul campaign seems like the Ron Paul movement.
1,500 people packed into the War Memorial Auditorium to see Paul speak. The Republican is making waves for his anti-war limited government position.
This is just a small example of the types of things that are happening really across the country.
Ron Paul, Wolf, had a good day yesterday, a very good day. The Republican presidential hopeful raised $4.38 million online in 24 hours. That means he's raised more money in a single day than any other Republican candidate in the race.
We have a crowd here of several hundred people, an awful lot of Ron Paul supporters. It's a fact of life reporting in New Hampshire that anywhere the media is, you will find Ron Paul supporters who come out to make their voices heard. They feel the media doesn't give them a fair shot.
Ron, $18 million. That's your fourth quarter tally. You've got you set the record in the history of American politics. Nobody has ever raised more money on a single day than you.
Gosh.
And yet this is happening without your campaign people coordinating. This is completely about grassroots, and it's completely about you just saying what you believe in.
All of a sudden, the Ron Paul campaign seems like the Ron Paul movement.
Now you say when you walk onto the floor, you're a popular guy. Republicans surround you and they want to know about one thing. How are you raising all that money?
Yeah, they do. They do ask me about it. Democrats are interested, but they are asking.
It's a unifying message. Money.
They're asking the wrong question. I mean, it isn't a technique; it's a message.
And finally, Walter writes from Ohio, the reason we love Ron Paul is because he loves his country more than he loves himself.
Is in a revolution. They're sick and tired of what they're getting, and I happen to be lucky enough to be part of it.